Delta, I recently read this in a book. All the good things in the world have been lavished on her. Beauty, nice manners, braininess, lovely clothes, photography skills, long eyelashes, A's in her work folder, the world's healthiest pair of lungs. Now, I'm not sure about your photography skills, but apart from that, it could be describing you, couldn't it?
Oh, really?
Don't you think?
Oh, thank you.
Well, of course, in some ways it is a description of you, really, isn't it? Because you're playing Alison Ashley in the movie version of the book.
Yes.
Which that came from, hating Alison Ashley. How was your first experience with the big screen?
It was, you know what, it was really a huge learning experience. I haven't been a part of a feature film before, of course, so it was my first. And this character, hating Alison Ashley, what you described is this character of absolute, everything is meant to be perfect. And then there's the opposite character, Erica, who is completely just wants to be everything that Alison Ashley is. And then it's a really nice sentiment by the end of the film. We see that actually both want what the other one has, and then they go, you know what, actually no, we're happy with what we've got. It's kind of like the grass is greener on the other side, but is it? And all these questions. It's a really nice teenage movie about trials and tribulations.
Well, Hating Alison Ashley hits Australian cinemas in March of next year. We'll be looking forward to that. Is it true that you plan to base yourself in America for a time until hopefully get established there?
No, I mean, at the moment, I'm still in Australia. I live in Australia. I'm with my family here, and when I said that I might base myself there, it was really just saying, well, if I was going to go over there and release something, you can't just go over and be there for a week or two. You really have to stay there for a little while. So even if it was 6 months, or just base myself there for a little while.
Those still got to catch up on all the classics from the first album too, because you've not had any releases in America so far.
Exactly, they're way behind.
Yeah, get it together, you guys. Well, I'll be hearing tracks including this song that spent 2 weeks on top of the Australian charts and hit number 4 in the UK, Lost Without You. Great new album, Mistaken Identity, That's a Little Too Late. Now, Delta, fill us in on the inspiration for that song. What's that all about?
Do you know what? I had all these intense, dramatic tracks, like I'd done Mistaken Identity, and I'd done Electric Storm, and I'd done all these songs on the album, and I went, I really need a song that goes, you know what? And they say, I'm a little too really fun, and something that we can all move our shoulders to and just, you know, say, well, I'm still singing, so let's just enjoy that and the fact that we're still here singing. And I love it. Like, I love putting it on instead of just singing, I just want to be loved. It's just that. It's a song saying, you know what, be lost in the feeling standing here, just really living in the moment. And it's a little bit cheeky in the lyrics in the second verse. And
yeah, so, no, it's great. Sounds fantastic. This is Barry Bissell, one-on-one with Delta Goodrem, thanks to BigPondMusic.com. Now, Delta, I know you're very excited about this year's ARIA Award. You said that. But we felt the full Delta force last year. It was an incredible night for you. You won 7 ARIAs. And this guy did a showstopper.
All I know is I'm lost without you. I'm not gonna lie. Am I gonna be strong without you? I need you by my side.
Now, I understand that you'd never actually met Darren Hayes before he performed Lost Without You at the ARIAs last year. Is that right?
I hadn't. I was literally in hospital, and Dennis came and visited on one day that I was there and said, you know what, Delta, if you couldn't sing at the ARIAs, who would you get to sing? And I said, well, I'm singing, but probably Darren Hayes or Olivia Newton-John, because they're my favourites. And he said, okay. And then I didn't even think twice about it after that. It was just one of those questions in a random conversation. And then when I was at the ARIAs and he walked out on stage, my heart just sank, and I will never ever forget that moment. And it was one of the most touching moments I've ever experienced. And I'm forever grateful to him for coming over and singing Lost Without You and singing one of my songs. And it was unbelievable. I'd never met him. I didn't know he was coming. It was a real surprise to me. and a surprise to lots of people around me. I was really special.
And you've become quite close now, I believe.
We just ended up keeping contact, and he's just, because he's so beautiful, and we just really, really clicked.
And of course, he's got a very personal new album just released too. You've listened to The Tension and the Spark?
I have. I love it. I really do. It's a different direction for Darren, and I think it's really something he's wanted to do for a while. And I think the album's great.
Yeah, he's done well. It's a great album, but let's get back to your first million-selling album and have a listen to Not Me, Not I. His album now, Delta. I know things are a whole lot better on the love front these days. I have to ask, how's Mark?
He's good, thank you. I don't see much. He's overseas quite a lot lately, so we haven't got to see each other much, but he's fine, thank you.
It's not easy, is it, having a long-distance love affair?
No, it's not. Very long distance.
Now, I know you love your sports. You're a pretty mean skier, I understand, but what's your tennis game like?
You know what? Not too bad. Getting there. Could be better, of course. I can't even say to people I play tennis anymore because it sounds really silly because Mark plays tennis all the time, so I just say, no, I'm not very good. I'm not that good.
You ever go for a hit-up with him?
I've tried, but there's no point. I don't even see the ball once he hits it. I just go, where did it go?
He's not called the Scud for nothing.
No, exactly.
Well, Delta, good luck with the tennis game. I hope that improves. And more seriously, all the best with Mistaken Identity. It's a fantastic album.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And thanks for spending time with us. Stay healthy and don't work too hard.
I won't.
Now, we're looking forward to some live shows early next year, I hope.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. There's lots of live shows coming up, so it's about time we got out there and sang and everyone sang the words back.
And I want you to know we'll be with you all the way as you go to world domination, conquering the charts worldwide, hopefully.
Thank you so much.
Good on you, Delta. Congratulations. This has been Barry Bissell, one-on-one with Delta Goodrem.